So we've been doing a lot of these videos to discuss themes that we've been doing over the year in the SMAs and in the appointments, plus the posts. So one has been pain, and probably this is probably the most challenging one because this is more of an educational topic than we can do as a complete how to customize individual. This is for you one, but more again, often in the posts and other things we can do, more just an educational validation, awareness, tips and tools is pain. One is that pain is common in this diagnosis. We've actually published data this year showing that it's one of the top 3 reasons why people with the POTS diagnosis go through daily is they're suffering. Fatigue, brain fog, body pain, dizziness were usually in the top 3 worst daily symptoms interchangeably. So pain is part of the experience. So one is to at least validate and accept that this is part of the experience. Everyone's pain is personal, relevant, and important. It might mean just different treatments, how each person receives it, and different diagnosis. But pain is part of the POTS autonomic experience. So that's an important aspect, at least listening to this video to know that this is being stated and acknowledged. So pain can be from different mechanisms in our data and experience. About 25% of people may have small fiber neuropathy, which is impairment or injury or dysfunction of the nerves that squeeze the blood vessels. And that can cause also other ripple or other aspects to these nerves that can cause pain, tingling, burning, stabbing, throbbing pain through the body, not just localized to the fingertips or toes, but other parts of the limbs or parts of the body that can respond to treatments of what we call neuropathic medicines or other modalities of care. We use biofeedback, physical therapy, some integrative medicine treatments and supplements, but neuropathy can be common. So it's 1 out of 4 people with this diagnosis can have that. So very relevant. 2 is many of our patients have Ehlers-Danlos, which can cause joint restrictions and joint hypermobility. Yes, you can get restrictions over time due to deformities or how the body might lock up to protect the joint. So these patients can have joint issues. And many people with Ehlers-Danlos have small fiber neuropathy due to collagen misalignment. So there's 2 reasons there in that community. Many of our patients will have joint problems due to underlying autoimmune issues or just the fact of their underlying health conditions, a lot of wear and tear on their joints. So we see a lot of patients will have shoulder, knee, neck, joint issues. So joint pain is a typical issues, and there might be some issues, just perfusion to the limbs that might be causing more of these issues. And plus, when people are very debilitated, the joints don't get as moving as much, and that can cause much more restriction of joints and pain. So joint pains and other mechanisms. Another common area of the body that's impacted is the neck. Blood not getting vertically up can cause the coat hanger pain. So very typical neck pain, like a coat hanger. That level, people often notice typically lay down, head feels better, and the neck sit up feels worse. So the coat hanger, often treating the underlying POTS orthostatic, will remedy this. But building on that point is that we do know that headaches are very common and migraines. We do notice a lot of people with POTS may have had migraines before POTS, and that there is something about POTS and migraines that coexist that needs to be studied more in designated research. But in our data, patients who come to us, in some of our data populations, about 60% of the patients met migraine criteria in our own data population. So migraines, throbbing, stabbing, severe headaches, they make sometimes lights and sounds in the world around you bothersome, and we feel less able to function in your day. And sometimes associate with nausea and vomiting. So migraines are very common in POTS. It needs to be treated. And that can be tricky because some of the migraine either rescue for the migraine attack or the more medicines used for more frequent migraines to prevent them may not be as easy to use because they could often aggravate your POTS. A lot of the migraine POTS patients often have chronic GI issues. And so a lot of migraine prevention medicines can bother gut issues and POTS issues. So there's a mechanism there. Building on the gut, a lot of the POTS patients have chronic abdominal pain. So treating that aspect will help also. And then the other thing is many patients with POTS, due to the adrenaline, that fight, flight, or freeze, but that fight or flight will cause muscle locking. So often the muscles that are much more the defensive or guard response, your body's locking up tight neck muscles, flexors of the body, the bicep, the flank muscles, the hamstrings, as if you are on guard, will lock up instinctively. So often we'll have to use muscle relaxers, physical therapy, massage, if people are open to it. Exercise like Tai Chi, gentle, supportive yoga. Often people can't do yoga with the head over their shoulders. It makes it feel worse. But anything to help relax the muscles will help people with that. Often just treating the POTS will do this. So there's many mechanisms why people with POTS can hurt and not feel well. So pain is part of this condition and important to acknowledge this. So thank you for listening to this video. Please subscribe to Wilson Orthostatic Exercise so you can be updated as we keep doing more videos. And as we always say, we believe in you and you're part of our community. And thank you for listening.